Damn, I thought okay, three. Here we are. We live. Shit, take a little. That's that Florida internet. You know what I'm saying? That's
I'm a little
that that
restless.
that, that's that Spectrum. Yeah, what's going on, everybody? Spectrum. Hey,
Florida lag.
if you want to sponsor a nigga, it's that Spectrum. You know what I'm saying? What's going on, everybody? It's the Dream World Ayatollah, my tag team partner, Chidi, aka Chidi Bang. We are here. We're going to talk about everything that happened under the sun. Heavy is the head that wears the crown. So we'll talk about Queen of the Ring, King of the Ring finals. We'll talk about the matches that came along in Saudi. My man Chidi handles Raw Talk, Smack Talk. After every, we got AEW preview. Man, fuck with your boys. One time down.
Fuck with us.
It's simple.
Yo, what's going on? Just introduce ourselves one more time for those who's tuning in. It's the Drink World Ayatollah, tag team partner CT, aka Chidi Bang. What's going on with you, brother?
I'm good. Just been working on some things, some coding shit. Been kicking ass in Madden. I've been doing some work this week, doing that good shit. But you guys, thank you for joining us. Thank you for if you're with us, subscribe, like, doing that good shit with us, and smoke something. But definitely like, subscribe, head to eiwshop.com if you want a t-shirt, and follow us on RW Podcast 1 on Twitter. But I've been good. I've been just working hard this week. It's a hell of a week. Been doing a lot of stuff with web development, but that's neither here nor there. I'll be getting more into that tomorrow. But also been doing my recaps, Raw, SmackDown, and you've been handling AEW. Thank you. Salute to your reviews. They've been incredible. Your recaps, I mean. But same thing. Anyways, we should get into our little recap of Crown Jewel, or as you said, Crown Jewel, but it's actually the King and Queen of the Ring.
Shit is Crown, and it should have been Crown Jewel, bro. It's a crown. Like, it missed the boat right there for me. Maybe I'm just too, you know what I mean? But they got Crown Jewel coming up in I think they named it in September, November. I believe they just said it's in a couple months. They're doing Crown Jewel. So
I'm doing Crown Jewel. Like this should be Crown Jewel.
It should have been Crown Jewel. Yes,
the tournament should be King and Queen of the Ring. The King of the Ring tournament culminates at Crown Jewel. That's what it should be. I don't think they should do another Crown Jewel.
Trips missed the boat, but this all right. He doesn't miss that often, so we're good on that.
Speaking of Trips, I gotta hand it to him, man. Before we even got into SmackDown last week, and before we got into King and Queen of the Ring, the show, he made some announcements that I have been saying on this podcast and on my recaps for weeks. I was like, yo, the King and Queen of the Ring shouldn't matter. It should have some stakes involved with it, because back in the day, these guys were elevated. Triple H, Stone Cold, Bret Hart, so many people have held that
Owen Hart
crown. Huh?
Owen Hart
won it, yeah, and elevated to the next level. But they also had a bunch of people in recent years that haven't really done much with it, like Wade Bauer. Back in the day, Billy Gunn had it. I know Edge won it once, that elevated him, but there's also people like Xavier Woods and Zelina, most recent, that didn't do nothing with it. It didn't help their careers much, at all.
I think it's really. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This is what I wanted to say for us. I think it's hard for a babyface to be king. So to what I know you said in recent history, they were the most recent. Zelina and Xavier. I really do believe, like you said, to your point, to elevate someone, they just brought it back. They did something, but I think it is way better. For one, I would say yes and no, because what they did with him, Wade did very much well with the gimmick. I think Bad News Bear, King Barrett, all of those things. I think they at that time were just missing boats with things. So, but I absolutely I absolutely hear you. Actually,
even William Regal won it a couple of years, and like years ago, and I was like, yeah, they could do something with him. They didn't really do much with him going forward with that, and it's just what I'm asking for is just a stake put on this. All right. You don't know if they're going to actually get a lot of steam and get over afterwards. But what we can do is we can at least give them a championship match. And that's exactly what he's doing. What they did with Brock Lesnar back in was that 99 or 2000? Like 2001?
2002.
What they did? 2002? Okay, 2002. What they did with him, he won the King of the Ring. Immediately faced Rock at SummerSlam and beat him for the championship. Now, I'm not saying everybody should win. But I'm saying I don't know why they never went back to that. The stipulation was perfect. The King of the Ring led up to the main event of SummerSlam, whereas the Royal Rumble leads up to the main event of WrestleMania. And then we get the Survivor Series, which is just brand supremacy or team supremacy or whatever it is, a big, battle, which I think is perfectly sets up your calendar. Get Money in the Bank, where that has a stipulation. Everything counts. Everything matters. So I hope that we keep this thread of the King and Queen of the Ring do get a championship match at SummerSlam, and it gives us this kind of like anticipation for who's going to win this tournament and makes it more important going forward. So they made that announcement on Friday before SmackDown. I did my recap. Nia Jackson, Bianca did incredible. I got to hand it to Bianca. She's a specimen, man. When it comes to performing in that ring, I always say Bianca's one of the best wrestlers in the world, and I'm gonna keep saying it because it's true. And she had a moment where she was limping while holding Nia Jackson on her shoulders in powerbomb position. I thought was incredible. I just have to note that again.
Do you believe that people? Do you believe that people have the fucking idiotic take that Bianca is being pushed down our throats?
She deserves everything she's got. I'm sorry, she's not being pushed down.
Bro, you can't tell me that when Becky was champion. You can't tell me somebody's being pushed down and like Becky. Yeah,
when somebody's that good, they're gonna be on top. What do you want us to say? Like, when John Cena was a top guy, he was a top guy. When Becky's a top woman, she's a top woman. Charlotte Flair, same thing. They get the spot. What do you want them to go home? Like, what do you want them to do? Lose to people that are worse than them? No, it keeps them at a certain level because they are that. She's a generational talent. Bianca is a generational talent. So, and she's tag teaming with potentially a generational talent as well. Speaking of the tag team, they defended their tag team championships against Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell in the pre-show, which I thought was a really good match. I'm a really big fan of all four of these women. A big fan of Candice LeRae, who I don't think has ever gotten her shine yet, like ever. Like in the entire time in her company, I think she hasn't really gotten the time to really show what she can do in that ring with some of these women. Because we, seen her in the Indies and what she's done, what she did with Io Sky, Io Shirai back in the day, and NXT, I thought was fantastic. But seeing her now, do the heel gimmick on the main roster, I want to see where this goes. But the match itself,
you mean Lo Cherie?
Lo Cherie, or as Otis will call her, Leo. Oh my God! But Bianca and Jade work well together, man. They had this new finishing maneuver that was like a DDT into like a reverse like wheelbarrow move. I thought this shit was fire, and that's how they did it.
It's a wheelbarrow German, ain't it? It's a
wheelbarrow kind of like German suplex type shit. It was dope.
And she just released that much, just wee,
Facts, yeah. And come on, man. Like, so I liked how they set it up on SmackDown too, because the first round one of the quarterfinal of the King and Queen of the Ring, it was Bianca and Candice LeRae, and Bianca kind of squashed Candice, but Candice LeRae is the one who, injured her knee in that match, and that she held that injury angle throughout the tournament, and it played into why they set up this tag team match in the pre-show. So I like when they actually pay attention to things and keep it going. But anything you got to say on the match before we move on?
This is the TO situation. This is the Paul Levesque era, right? So when we're talking about this is what we called Triple H Pat. Well, I called Triple H Pat Riley previously, and the reason why I say that is because when you play the game, the intricacies that you're able to implement in the game is different. You know what I'm saying? You know, a lot of people say LeBron James like to play for coaches that played in the league, right? And because he wants people to have situational awareness of what it is that we talking about. Yeah. Trips having like paying attention to detail. We're saying things that matter, stakes. These are things that he's implementing in such a short amount of time since his complete control over what it is that content, right? He's the chief content officer. Is that what they call him, right? Right. So again, the content is his. That like this is what we see, what we hear, backstage segments, the one shots. Now he has visionaries with him that says, "Yo, let's do this different." But the content that we see that's presented to us, that's him. So I want to first and foremost be like, thank you, because I remember August of 2022, you in Africa, I'm getting ready to close on my house, and we're talking about what is this going to look like? What is this going to look like? He was like, I got to give it time. I got to give it time. I got to give it time. I believe, bro, we're 2 years into this fucking regime. And he's a really good GM. He's a really good president of basketball or football operations. Like he is like the roster stack, the scheme is right.
I think we're kind of like being real. I think I know that he started to get more power around that time, but and it was quick for me to see like, okay, I can kind of get my faith to this guy. Once that whole bloodline shit took off, I was like, okay, this is really good. And he went with it, you know, and how they would every single week evolve the storyline. I thought was brilliant. But I think that comes with releasing power a little bit and making this a more collaborative effort. You know, I was watching Busted Open, and they had Brian Gewirtz on it. That's the guy with The Rock, who's like his personal like right hand man in writing from the '90s till now. And they wrote like, you know,
they wrote his book,
his show, you know, all that stuff. You know, Young Rock, all that. So he's like his personal right hand man when it comes to writing and you know, just scripting. And he's now worked all with him on his comeback, the whole Final Boss thing. And the main thing he took from this, like this era, is completely different because he said, I got to thank everybody. He has to thank Paul Heyman. He has to thank Roman Reigns. He has to thank Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes for coming together, for creating this great, of course, Triple H and Nick Khan as well, but this great main event at WrestleMania 40. And like, it's completely different from before, because before you'll come in, wait, get your opportunity to talk to Vince and just get shut down. And, you know, no, we're going this way, you know, and that's it. You got to sit there and take and do what you want. But for all of that, Triple H to say, hey, I've been in your guys' shoes. I know you guys might have good ideas as well. And let's hear everything. And let's see how we can pivot on the fly. Because they genuinely did not know what the WrestleMania main event was until a press conference. Like legit, they did not know. Like just like we didn't know, they didn't know either. So like,
which makes it great. I think that made good compelling content. That made good content, right? That made like when you have wrestling fans who can predict everything, who can have an opinion about everything, and I know this, and somebody's at the airport and flight tracking and all types of dumb shit that we do rather than just watch the fucking show. Because everybody got to be in the fucking know. Everybody got to know some shit. Shout out to Brian Gewirtz. He's a name. When I got into my little known fucking, that was the guy that I was supposed to be under. That was the person I was supposed to meet through MSL, through MLW. He was supposed to be the person that I would intern with because writing was the thing. I never got that opportunity for the simple fact that, again, perhaps just what it was, but being in the, like, knowing that, just knowing who Brian Gewirtz is, right? Knowing that what they do behind the scenes, the chess moves, the politics, all of that is detrimental in some aspect in how it is we receive the show. So when we go and we're watching the press conference and me and you are having private conversations, we got the voice chats and the group chat, and you're like, The Rock wants to do this, he's a board, it makes sense, and and realistically everything that we said is true until the end of the day when we say, who moves the fucking crowd? Who moved the crowd? And if we can motherfucking in the military, bro, when we marching, you can't just go diagonal. It has to be a called step. You feel me? When we're marching, column left, march, and then you motherfucking go column right to get back straight, march. Nigga, don't nobody move unless now we all can do the same pivot and move if we all on one accord. That made absolutely the most fucking sense to me as I see everybody in step. Cody, now again, Brian tried to cover his bases because they really did want to go with The Rock. That was your point. Ain't no way Rock coming back, being on camera, front facing, just to be, let's get the attention off of Vince. Because I was that guy. I was the guy like, hey, they need a front facing person to get all this shit out the way. Both of those things were true. Both, because Vince was a quick afterthought. Very, very, very quick afterthought. When everybody was talking about the allegations, when the lawsuits came out, when everything was concrete, not when we brought the nigga back on SmackDown and everything, like when everything was legit concrete and we read in the details of him doing some despicable, disgusting things, that was when the real pivot switched from what's going outside to what's going inside. We don't talk about what's going outside anymore. We talk about only what's going on inside. And I think that was the biggest move. If they fucking keep the same tone and go with Rocky and have the Vince shit, I think WWE does a bad thing to themselves. I think they do. I think they take all the goodwill that they have. I think they take all the good momentum that they have. I think they do some real damage to themselves if they don't pivot on the fly with the Cody thing at WrestleMania. So with that being said, it's okay. Well, we could, but pivot with that. I'll ride with you. Nia, right? When she came back, we instantaneously saw a difference in her. We saw a glee, we saw a glow, we saw a movement, we saw a pep in the step. We saw she was ready and she was game and she was back. We thought the pivot was to give her the championship on Raw. That wasn't the case. That was not the case. She gets drafted to SmackDown. She wins now, as you see on the screen, Queen of the Ring. Nia, Bayley, feud, give us a couple weeks with this, promos with this, backstage segment with this. This can grow exponentially to something that is big, and I can't wait for that. I think that's going to be good.
Yeah, man. Nia, man, I would love to have a conversation with her because I'm watching the online discourse about her. And I'm the guy who came out when she was getting lambasted about everything and had to delete her Twitter. And I came out and put a video like, yo, guys, can you take it easy on these wrestlers, these men and women? And around the time we had a woman in Japan, she committed suicide off of these comments online, and it just really hit me. So then I see Nia Jax deleting her Twitter, all this stuff, and I'm like, guys, we gotta, as a community, police ourselves as the wrestling community online. And people thought that immediately that I'm some type of simp and I'm trying to get. And I'm like, guys, we can't even call ourselves out without looking like we're trying to fuck or something like that. Dude, Nia is an incredible athlete. This is not no man woman thing. This is really just a human being thing. When people get injured and have botches or whatever it may be in wrestling, I do see that it does take on like this own life of itself thing where this person gets a label of being injury prone. We saw it with Nia. We saw it with recently with the dude that used to be in the Brawling Brutes, Rich Holland. And I think we have to understand that this sport is dangerous. And yes, it's going to, and I don't think anybody intends to hurt somebody, but then when you go online and have personal attacks on these people, I think it's a little bit offensive. She ends up leaving, and I think she was a little bit bitter about how things went her first run. From her comments, she's like, she got called for the Royal Rumble, she declined it and all that stuff. I've heard her in interviews before, and she seemed bitter, I'm glad she has her head on straight now and came back with the vengeance. And I wanted her to cut. I was so happy for her when she won. Mind you, that Annihilator was vicious on Lyra, but I was so happy for her. And I wanted her to cut an Austin 316 type promo. I was waiting for her to be like, listen, y'all said I was dangerous in this ring. Guess what? You're damn right I'm dangerous. And I'm the queen of the ring. I'm going to be dangerous and take part this entire women's division and win the world heavyweight championship, And I wanted her to just rail into all the people that were talking shit about her. She kept it PG. She kept it,
She kept it real. I want to say that's because she legitimately cried in Tripp's arms. You can see the emotion.
Yeah.
You can see and that goes back to what both of us just said. That real, when she left, you can say she was bitter, or I didn't want to cut you off, but I literally just did. But I wanted to get you to. She could have seemed bitter, or she can feel vindicated. She can feel validified. She can feel justified because the rest of the women's roster, look how they've been treated. Look at the time that they got. Look at the nigga. Bayley wasn't even on WrestleMania posters type shit when she won the Royal Rumble. There are things still that have you be like, you know what I'm saying? But to your point, I don't believe Nia realistically knew what she had until she came back, because when she came back, the love that we had was different.
I think it was even when she came back, I heard people talking the same shit. I think that she put the work in when she came back, had match after match that was impressive, promo after promo that was impressive, moment after moment that's been impressive, that led to this moment where she's crowned queen of the ring and gets a title shot at SummerSlam that is so well deserved that the same people are like, hey, you deserve this, and we've been on her side the entire time, but I'm seeing the discourse change online, and I'm happy people can change their mind. People deserve some grace to grow and see that, hey man, she's always been great. And one thing I like about Nia, and I've always liked this about her, in the ring, she knows who she is. She ain't selling for you unless you do something.
She ain't selling for you unless you're worth selling
she's
for.
A bully.
Bianca, Jay,
a lot of times,
Lyra Valkyrie. But hey, Lyra, do some shit. Do some shit. Cause I'll do this all day. I'll do this all day, nigga. I gotta do you gotta do some shit. Me and drop down to my knee for me to take a flat back. But you know how big I am to be doing that, bitch. What? You know what I'm saying? Nah.
She's a bully in that ring, and it just fits because she obviously is the bigger opponent majority of the time. So I love that she knows how her place is, and she just dominates. We've seen it where Big Show would sell ridiculous moves sometimes. I'm like, what is he doing? Or even Braun Strowman, who was very, bad with it early on, where he would sell certain moves. And I'm like, dude, you're too big to just sell that the way you are.
Yoko, I've never saw Yoko sell.
Only against Undertaker, he was like, "Oh,
hey, bro, you better be goddamn Undertaker."
Exactly. Yoko ain't selling for nobody.
And Nia, I believe, and this goes back to, like I say, a coach who played. When she came back, I'm pretty sure Triple H did exactly what he did in public. He hugged her, said, "Thank you for being you," and say, "Do what you do." And gave her that vote of confidence.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? I believe, yo, hey, are you healthy? Are you mentally good? Okay, now go do and be who you are, because this is who you are. And ever since she came back, man, when she came back and did the thing with Rhea, the match with Rhea in Australia, The only thing that I felt like was a mishap and how she was used was the battle royal. I do believe it should have took more women to get her over. I don't believe she should have been as quote unquote as smart as she was.
Absolutely, 100%.
Other than that, even the loss that she took the last match on Raw, I don't even mind that. You feel me? She has been put in a position to win first and foremost. She's been that before, but I believe the opportunity and the way she embraces that, I think, is different. And that comes with maturation. That comes with everything involved with growth and being a human and everything.
She seems like, she seems like when I watch her, and there's a certain woman that I watch in the ring, certain men and women, that when they're in the ring, it's different. And she seems like a veteran of the business now, where she understands exactly what she's supposed to do every moment.
And shout out to Rocky being back.
And
I think Rock
her matches have been great.
Rock has a big part of being. I think Rock too has a big Roman. Right? We talking about two of the biggest people and two of the most influential people in the chain of command that are legitimately at your disposal for guidance, for inspiration, for coaching, for you know what I'm saying? Like, I do believe also Rock has a hand in this. Roman has a hand in this, right? Like, hey, now you on this tree now. You know what I'm saying? You one of these branches now. You know what I'm saying? And I believe that also gives you another voter. Bro, we looking at Tama coming off the rip, nigga. He a branch of a branch, nigga. He a step branch, nigga. And he's stepping in this. He's stepping in this. He's stepping in this like he deserved. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you, man, but I gotta give all the praise to Nia, and I get it. She's a Samoan and part of the Samoan dynasty. But this does not happen with the hard work that she put in, came back, took a chance on herself, and really has presented herself and threw herself into the fire after everybody was talking that shit. Fuck it. I'm out here embracing this shit. I'm the heel. I'll embrace the villain role. And she's done it so well that here we are, Queen of the Ring, and she's scheduled to face the women's champion. I guess that's on SmackDown. It's the WWE Women's Championship at SummerSlam. Congratulations, well deserved. I'm really happy, and I think that just all in all, like, we're going to see more like impressiveness from her and everybody we're talking about, especially with the lead up to such a big show of SummerSlam, and the whole announcement where SummerSlam in 2026 will be 2 nights. I think they're now setting the stage for SummerSlam to be as big as WrestleMania. And that means we're going to have to pick our horses as we arrive to SummerSlam. And this is like a testament to that. Like the Royal Rumble is like, we're trying to make it a big show. So we got to make this important. Because back in, we've been doing the podcast for goddamn 5 years, right? Plus now.
It's our anniversary.
Today?
Anniversary.
Hey, 5 years, yo.
May 26th, bro.
Yeah, that's crazy. May 26th, yo. Listen, respect. But we've been doing it for 5 years, man. And we've known since after WrestleMania is a big like lull until like SummerSlam. And this can keep things hot. I like the way they're setting things up. But yeah, congratulations, Nia. Well deserved.
You want to roll into the next King in the Ring since that's how it was in the show?
After on the show, did they go? I think they went to Sammy.
No,
Sammy.
No, the next match was Gunther and Randy, wasn't it?
It was.
I thought it was. I thought they did it back to back.
I don't think so, but maybe I could be wrong.
Well, fuck it. Let's talk about the first match of the show. Let's talk about the first match of the show. Why you go click that? The first match of the show.
Oh yeah, you're right.
The first match of the show was Big Time Becky Lynch, the Raw, or I guess the WWE World Women's Champion, defended against Liv Morgan. Now, all throughout the match, the commentary between Corey and Michael is, can Liv ever win the big one? She's faced Becky Lynch multiple times. She's lost to Becky Lynch multiple times. She even wrestled at day one for a WWE champion, and right. So she has been losing. Came second place in the second place at the Royal Rumble. Came second place in the Battle Royal for the Women's Championship. Came second place. She has just been runner-up. That was commentary. That was commentary. Corey, Michael did a really good job. I thought Corey was a little bit heavy-handed on, like, you know, his but you know, listen, Liv and Carmella are, you know what I mean? Listen, Corey had to make it known, I only like one blind bitch in the business, and it's Mella, you know, so I fuck with Corey. Corey,
Carmella came in. I mean, I don't want to get into the gossip shit, but forget about it. But I'm not sure if that might be cool. But he was hating. He was hating on Liv the entire.
He was hating like a motherfucker. I don't know no gossip either, but that's what I'm saying. Like, because Corey usually he'll big up heels, he'll big up like he's gone for town for Sasha Banks when she was there, or you know, he loves Rhea Ripley, mommy. Like when Corey got or shit, Mandy Rose, nigga. Like when Corey got an infatuation for you, he make it known. He was giving it to Liv on the mic. He was giving Liv the business.
It was odd, but I was like, "Yeah, man, it's what it is." But Liv, man, I gotta hand it to her. Not only does she deserve this, but when she came back at the Royal Rumble, I didn't think that she was going to, you know, within 5 months become the women's champion for multiple reasons. Just that she came back with so many such a stacked roster already, with a debuting Naomi, with a debuting Jade Cargill, that got a lot of the attention, you know? And, you know, Rhea, as dominant as she was, I didn't see this happening anytime soon. I didn't see Rhea losing at WrestleMania, which she didn't. But here we are with Rhea having an injury. And voila, we have an opening for a new women's champion. We just talked about it at the Battle Royal. Becky wins that over Liv and Nia. We just talked about Nia. But Liv and Nia were the two women on Raw that were next up. If you had to pick two women that like were next up, it was those two women off of the work that they've been doing over the past couple of months. And they were the women that were left off of WrestleMania in the ride to WrestleMania that helped build up the Rhea and Becky match, but were left off the show. So here we are. King and Queen and both women are getting their crown and you know, their crowning moment and achievement. And Liv deserves this, because after coming back from injury, there's no guarantee that you are going to get the eyes and the attention of people and hold true to a character that is sustainable for an opportunity like this. And this Liv Morgan Revenge Tour, it works, bro. It works. Not only that, she's gotten so much better in the ring as she's gotten, you know, over the years, and with the storyline going on with her and Dom, and the interference that led to the finish, and the speculation on if Dom meant to, you know, help her win this, we will find out. But all in all, shout out to Liv, man. She deserves it.
I would say that, like, if we've been paying attention, of course he meant to help her. After the development, after the disintegration of Judgment Day, which we need to have. I believe that by the time Rhea comes back, there won't be a Judgment Day, so she'll be able to come back and just be Rhea Ripley, which then will add a little bit of juice to the story. I heard first, go ahead, what'd you say?
Nah, I saw something online that when she comes back, her and Liv should have a ladder match, custody of Dominic ladder match. I thought that was kind of fun.
But I think realistically, when we're talking about, hey, Becky did what she needed to do. Monday Monday was funny to me, and I saw your review. I can't recall if you even picked up on it. And I wanted to bring this to the show. That Monday was kind of the reason why Becky was the winner of the Royal Rumble. She, on the mic, held it together. Okay. like she took 2 sticks and a shoestring and made a goddamn whatever, my nigga. Like, she is head and shoulders the best women on that roster to carry the show. But I will say she needs a break. I love Becky, but I do believe she's sprinkled on me. She's shout out to E40, sprinkle me, man. Sprinkle me, man. I think she's a little bit right now. When you use too much pepper, spicy, instead of just flavoring the meat, you know what I mean? Like that's Becky to me. Like she's it's too much pepper. It's too much pepper. I like
pepper, man. I like a lot of pepper, but I'll say this. You're right. She does need a little break. Sometimes you want to lessen the pepper for a brief moment, because you want to get to the ulcer. So when you come back to the pepper, you get that kick, Sometimes you get used to the pepper a little bit. You get numb to the pepper.
Exactly.
And then you just need more and more fire. No, just don't eat no pepper for a little bit. Come back to it like in a month, and it's gonna kick again. Becky needs a little hiatus because I think that Liv could potentially be outshined on a mic battle with her, like she did on kind of like on Monday. But Liv held her own. Liv held her own on Monday. But Becky can kind of like suck up all the air out the room because she's so good at what she does, and the fans do pop every time they see her. They can see her in the backstage segment. It's like, oh, Becky, like this is what she does, and she loves this shit. So I mean, I'm not gonna tell her, hey, go home now. Do what's best for you. But I do think the angle right now with Liv should be taking the center stage. What the fuck is going on with her in Judgment Day? Why is Dom there? Lyra Valkyria can come to defend her honor, Becky's honor. If Becky goes away, if they can't go to Monday tomorrow, and I don't know, Liv takes Becky's leg and slams it in the steel steps, or something like that, or her arm or something like that. For 2 months, you can do it through angle. And then Lyra Valkyria comes out for the save, and we saw something about Lyra and Liv. I think that could be something cool. Lyra is very, good to work with. I think to have a incredible match with at the next pay-per-view, and it's going to be over in another foreign country. It's going to be in Scotland. So.
Shout out to our boy Colin. Yeah, you feel me, Black Guy Wrestling. I wonder if my nigga gonna be in there with his cute and his bag fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
We know he a Drew fan. He a fan.
Yeah, shout out to Scotland Ospreay. I mean, let us know if you're saying this. Let us know if you're going. Definitely opportunity though for Lyra to get some love overseas. I'm sure that some of her Irish fans can make it over to Scotland. It's not too far to support her in a match like this. But that's where I would go with it. But yeah, you're right. Becky should take some time off because I want Liv finally feels like she is found herself. Because her first run was cool, but it was more like man, she worked so hard, man, and she's really good. Let's give her a title. It's like the first run. Like I always tell you, people's first runs as like a world champion always feels like we're giving it to you, unless you're like a huge star. We're giving it to you because you've done everything necessary. You've checked all the boxes. It doesn't mean you're over, but it means that you are really good at what you've done, and the fans have kind of endeared to you. We see the same thing happen with a lot. CM Punk had once through his first reign. Bryan Danielson. Even
Bray Wyatt,
even Brock Wyatt, even Priest to an extent. Right now, I think that Priest still has some work to find his it factor. Drew McIntyre too. Drew just now found himself as like, well, I'm the top guy. Liv is finding that element of like, when I get out there, I know how I'm going to present myself, what I'm going to say, how I'm going to get over, and she has a full package. So congratulations to Liv. I think that she's going to keep I think she's well warranted to hold the spot that Becky could, devoid of Becky. Put it that way.
I would say, listen, that boy, Damien, what Pusha say? Tick, tick, tick. How much time that nigga got? Tick, tick, tick. Yo, he on a short clock, nigga, because Glasgow gonna go dummy for that boy Drew. Triple H also announced that on before the press conference and everything like that. Actually, it was in show, if I'm not mistaken. He mentioned it in show that Drew cleared for he's cleared for competition, and that he will face Damian Priest for the World Heavyweight Championship in Glasgow. Now, I got two things for you. One or two. These are two things, right? This is like the Goosebumps books, right? Does Damian Priest win at Glasgow because of CM Punk to give that match a little bit more fire at SummerSlam? Or does Drew win the title? We got Drew and Gunther at SummerSlam.
I think that Gunther will be competing. Speaking of Gunther, he will be competing. I mean, we know he'll be competing for the World Championship at SummerSlam.
Yes.
If you're me, I'm thinking it should be Gunther and Damian Priest. I think Gunther and Damian Priest is the match I want to see, because I don't want Damian Priest to just get, just fodder for Drew. Now, if it's Drew and Gunther, I don't mind that either, because I don't know how long CM Punk's injury is going to be. I don't know if it's going to be beyond summer. So now, I would say by the time we get to SummerSlam, CM Punk should be the reason why Drew does not have the championship anymore, and we can move forward with this. Gunther has put on one of the greatest debuts in wrestling history and runs I've ever seen in my life. He should win the championship at SummerSlam. I don't care who it is. It could be Drew, it could be Damian Priest. He should be the champion after SummerSlam.
It's okay. So Clash at the Castle is next. Clash of the Castle is before SummerSlam. So according to you, Drew can't lose twice in England, bro. That's what the fuck I'm saying. Like he like, what do we do? Like, what are we doing
in Scotland?
He lost. Well, the first one was in where he lose to Roman at.
What's up, Ray?
Yo.
Yeah,
how you doing, man?
What's going on with you fellas?
Nothing, man. It's our anniversary, man. So we sending out the link. I'm sending flyers as we talk. I'm DMing niggas and shit while we show. What's going on with you, brother?
You said it's the anniversary?
It's our anniversary, bro.
Oh man, it's a celebration.
5 years, Greenville Wrestling, 50th year anniversary. Yeah.
Wow, half decade. That's a celebration.
Tell me about
it. Facts.
Where y'all shot cups at? It's a celebration. Hold on, I gotta get to the house.
Well, you already know.
We got that's something to celebrate. You gotta take a toast to that. 5 years.
We do. I'll say we do. He got the jack. I got the Patrol. We can do that. We can wait till you get to the crib.
I got some tequila at the crib or something. I'm gonna find something. No, that ain't nothing to sneeze at. 5 years. That's consistency.
Facts. So,
first and foremost, congratulations to y'all. That's consistency. That's dedication to the craft and to the hard work to you guys. So kudos to y'all. So definitely appreciate that. But yeah, once again, I don't come here often, but appreciate to be here. Glad to talk.
We got a question for you, Twin. We was just talking before you came on.
What's up?
before you came on. So Gunther won King of the Ring.
Yep.
He
Yep.
faces the World Heavyweight Champion at SummerSlam, but Triple H just said that Drew McIntyre is going to face
Yep. I seen
Damian
that,
Priest
yeah, at the castle.
Yeah. So we were saying, does Drew McIntyre win the title in Scotland, in his hometown, or does he lose again in England?
Honestly, it's hard as hell to make that man go 0-2 in his homeland,
bro.
Like that,
that's
wild,
here, bro.
Like that's wild to me. Like the first year, he was the baby face going against Roman. You know, we to a degree we knew it was gonna be like one of those toss-up matches, but low key, some of us knew like, all right, he wasn't gonna win, but it's gonna be real interesting how he'll lose it. And then
I thought he might win it
lost.
against
To
Roman.
me,
I did.
Bro,
to
it
me,
was
I
solo
knew he was
debut, bro. He lost
To
to
me-
solo debut.
to me, I know he was gonna win it because, like I said, I know they wanted to keep that Roman train going. But it was intriguing, of course, how he lost. Of course, they introduced the Solo like that. But now, like this year, it's not gonna be. Priest gonna be by himself, especially the way how he aligning himself with the Judgment Day. He ain't gonna have Dom. He ain't gonna have Finn. Like it's gonna be one-on-ones. It's gonna be like he gonna have help.
It's gonna be.
And plus, like, I mean, let's be real. Like, I love Damian Priest. His come up from NXT to Raw, and the way he was, like, putting on bangers on Raw the past year and a half. But like,
I don't like this.
I would rather see Drew as champion because with Drew, you already know who's gonna be his first opponent is. Like off rip. Like, if he get that trip, all right, we already know who next up. But Damian Priest is like, everyone talking about, well, he can go against Finn or someone else. Like it's up in the air with Priest. With McIntyre having a heel, like a true heel as a champ, and then having him going against like CM Punk, I would assume for SummerSlam, I just think that just be like box office right there. Because honestly, like they're probably gonna do the Gunther versus Rhodes, which I think will be a real good match. I hate Rhodes. I hope that nigga.
Gunther faced the Raw champion.
Exactly.
Gunther
so they're not gonna do like a cross. So they're not gonna do like a cross.
No. You do. That's why we saying like, do Gunther face at SummerSlam? Is it Gunther?
Then I like that then. Then I like that then because obviously Gunther and Drew. Gunther and Drew already got history. Gunther beat Drew how many times for the IC title?
That's true.
You know what's funny about this? All three guys are heels. Like low key, like they're all heels.
Yeah, and I love that. Like, yo, let's because everyone will want to push the baby faces like Uso and Sammy and Cody. Like we want to push those, even like the other ones on SmackDown, like LA Knight. But yo, we need to push these heels. Like, we need to push these heels. Like,
but that's tough because
we don't need to push them like how we did Roman for like 3-4 years because that's a whole different latitude. But like, we need to push these heels.
I love it too to an extent because I don't mind.
Damian Priest to me, like he's a heel, but like he has his moments like, we don't believe you. We need more people. Like you turning real. We don't think you about that life. So,
I would say to your point, Twin, and I'm gonna let Chidi get inside here. Whoa, hey, yo, I'm gonna let Chidi get it exactly. I caught myself. Exactly, I caught myself.
Glad you caught that. I'm glad you caught that.
I caught myself. So what I was gonna say is to what you were saying, Chidi, is that there are quote unquote 3 heels. But we've been seeing the slight turn of Damian, right? And we've also, I believe that Gunther will dethrone the champion at SummerSlam.
He should.
So if Damien wins it in Scotland, if Drew loses it in Scotland, and we got Drew and Gunther at SummerSlam, that's okay with me. Drew cannot lose clean to Damien, period, at Clash.
He can't.
If Drew loses, he can't lose clean. It gotta be off of CM Punk. It gotta be off of Dom or Finn or JD McDonough. It gotta be off of that. If he lose clean, I can't believe in Drew no more, man.
But that's funny because
Honestly,
I think that Damian Priest cannot lose clean either. Like, that's my thing. Is Damian Priest, I don't want him to be just a transitional champion and that's it. Like, you know, we need to keep him strong. The guy has put the work in, bro. And he's been a dominant.
Why he can't be a transitional champion?
Man. It's just too soon for him. I mean, he can, but like, I don't want him to just drop it like that, dog. Like,
drop it like what? Drop it like what? He won the title at Mania. That cashed in that Mania. That's a big moment. He performed in France, right? Main event France, and he's going like, you can drop it now. You can drop it now. It's okay. You in the history books. You had a reign. You showed it to your mom and dad in Puerto Rico. In New York City. You know, you're the first Puerto Rico champion since, you know, Pedro Morales. Bro, you did it. You did it, my nigga. You did it. I don't know what you talking about over there. I don't know. Listen. I think what we can have is Finn interfere and causes Damien to lose.
Okay.
Right, and then therefore that exacerbates. Am I saying that word correctly? I think I am. I'm a little.
Yeah, exacerbates the tension within Judgment Day.
Come on, man. You know what I was. That's why we the tag team champs. Because you know I was fucking up some shit over there, brother. And you came in with the save. 1, 2, get him out of here.
Yeah, I got to do the save. But you know what's funny about this match, though? This match to me has been the biggest match since Randy Orton's return the biggest match for Randy Orton for his return. Like the way that they methodically moved and everything like that, and how this is the biggest match he's had since he's been back.
What? Are you kidding me? He just had a fatal 4-way at Royal Rumble.
Yeah, and I think this was bigger. Randy and the fatal 4-way is reliant on all those three guys. This is one-on-one.
As a singles match, I would agree.
Yeah,
okay.
That was one-on-one match with one of the best competitors in WWE today, and you never touched before. And I enjoyed the match with the pacing. I enjoyed how it went down. Definitely, we knew where it was kind of going. I didn't think Randy was going to win this unless they wanted to do Cody and Randy at SummerSlam. I thought there were maybe a shadow of a doubt that might happen, but I enjoyed it, man. It was, and it was an old school match, man. I enjoyed seeing it. Like, it was like a 90s match, bro.
It was the second longest match of the night. It was 22 minutes. And I believe that this was match of the night.
For me, nah, I gotta go to the next match we gotta talk about.
Wait, no, because that match was a dud to me. Because
oh my god,
Cody and Logan, I did not.
No, not that. I am not talking about Cody and Logan. Cody and Logan was a dud for me as well. I'm not gonna.
Okay. Because that was the next match. Okay, my bad.
No, I'm talking about my guy Gable, man. Gable, Bronson Reed, and Sami Zayn. I called it match of the night, and it did. It was match of the night for me.
I was disappointed.
What?
It didn't go.
That shit, yo.
No. Hold on. It wasn't. First of all, let me say it wasn't a bad match. It wasn't a bad match. I was disappointed because I thought it was going to have a little bit more time, and I thought it was going to have a little bit more dramatics into it. It was a little telegraphed for me. Once he slapped him, I'm like, he ain't gonna win. Like, it took the element of surprise away from me. Now I know Gabe, it's hard to have Sammy lose in Saudi when he's such over. I get that. But when they did the thing outside the ring and everything like that, it was a little telegraphed, and the match was over very quickly after it. And that was my only thing. That was my only thing about it. But it was it was still a good match. The spots were good. The the double Germans, the Miss Moonsault to the one Moonsault. It was a good match, and even the ending sequence was good. Only if Otis would have did it with intention too, right? Instead of like when he slapped him and Otis snapped, right? And then Sammy rolls in the ring, hits the hula kick, wisdom, like those little things.
It was a really fun match for me. I enjoyed it. I thought that they were I thought like all three of the guys are great athletes. The slap though, I hear you. I think we're gonna kind of like. And I called the finish. I said that Otis is going to cost Chad Gable to win this thing. And
Otis and Chad Gable is not what I want, though. Is my point. I don't want that actually.
You don't want what?
I don't want Otis. I don't want Otis and Chad 1-on-1.
And that's not what we might get it one day because it's gonna happen on Raw. It's gonna happen regardless one day, but it's not where we're going ultimately. Where we're going with this, to me, it just reads to me that Chad Gable is set up to be Intercontinental Champion soon. And this is just more fodder for him to say, listen, I'm done with these losers. Let me get them Creed brothers behind me and let them take everybody out and help me get this. You know, they're the ones that have that dog in them that are going to say, you know, no matter what he's telling them to say, they're the ones that can help me achieve my goal. That's the reason why Chad Gable wasn't the one that was pinned. I called that too. I said Bronson Reed's taking this pin. Chad Gable is on he's one of the hottest parts of Raw to me. He's like one of the guys I'm tuning in to watch. Chad Gable's arc since WrestleMania has been one of the more entertaining ones for me than anything. You know, it's been more entertaining than majority of the stories going on in wrestling. So what he's been doing and seeing the pivot he has with the Alpha Academy, I just want them to give him more time, like you said. Give them more time in the ring and give Chad Gable more time on the microphone. Give him more time in the ring with his opponents. I'm glad that Raw last week started up with the Intercontinental Championship, and I really was excited for that to get its fair share shine. Go ahead, Ray.
I just want to add a little bit. Not too much, but I mean, I'll ask y'all and see if y'all agree or not. Does Chad Gable right now and his projection possibly for the rest of this year, does it remind you of what Priest did last year?
Priest?
Yeah, where he
how Priest rise was like, you know, he came up, he had that year and a half for like literally every Monday Night Raw, he was on the main event or he was like one of the full main events, he put out bangers. Yeah. And then like he slowly but surely made his way up and now he became champion. Like I feel like, because remember, when Chad was going against Gunther, we was all like rooting for this man. Like, yo, your time is now. Like, the talent is there. Like, the potential is there. And then, like, we all afterwards, we was all like, yo, we need you to go heel to get your full potential. And now he's finally going heel.
Well, Chidi was against it at first.
He got the talent. He can. His mic skills is improving. You see what he's doing backstage. Like literally, he's one of the most hated motherfuckers in the locker room doing the shit. You know, Pat McAfee hate him. So like, I feel like he can get that potential running him. Like, yo, if he keeps building his character up, especially if he get the Creed brothers, if he get them behind him, like I remember he can really like run. He can have his little run like a good 6 month on Raw. Because technically Imperium's gone, so ain't no faction in Raw right now.
Yeah, if Chad was a babyface, he had to beat Gunther. Once Gunther lost the championship, I'm all for the heel turn, and it's been fantastic. Yeah, so right now I hear what you're saying. Like the guy who can be in the main event consistently against the Sammys, against the Jey Usos, against the Shinsuke. Shinsuke's not on Raw anymore, but those mid card guys who can also hold it down in the main event. Chad is that guy. Chad definitely is getting more love right now. Chad is definitely is on an upward trajectory. And there's no way to me that this year does not end with him being Intercontinental Champion like sometime during this year. And I think this should happen at the next pay-per-view, honestly. I think he should take over from Sammy at the next pay-per-view if they're doing it, if they're going over to Scotland. Just have Chad win it out there, man. I want to see them get more time, though. And let this story bubble a little bit. Let this story get some Piper's Pit kind of angles, and get them some more time on TV. Because I think that Monday it worked for me. Like that little segment they had in the beginning of Raw, they haven't done it since the freaking, turn. Like they haven't really done it. These have been matches. I like them getting some time to tell this story.
All right, let's wrap up. King of the Ring with the main. Logan Paul, Cody Rhodes was the main event. It was a Logan Paul match. A lot of shenanigans.
Here's what I want to say about Logan Paul. And I think he's very talented, but they say he uses the brass knuck as a crutch. I don't mind that so much. What I do mind is that the splash through the table, the interference from your friends, all that stuff is a crutch if you're doing that every single match. I get it, he's a heel, but I want to see Logan at least one time do like a real, like he did it with Ricochet, like a real good wrestling match. So he's had these moments where I'm like, it's a really good match. Then he, brings the knucks and everything. But I want to see that. I want to see that out of him and Cody. I wanted to see them have false finishes. I wanted to see them, all that stuff. And I didn't get it. It was really slow. And then at times it sped up. It was just a weird rhythm in that match. I wasn't feeling it at all. And yeah, man, Cody needs to beat up this world title run. It's relying on him to do that. Like Cody, you have finally got it. You finished the story. Now you're starting this whole new story. How do you elevate the business? How do you elevate your storytelling? How do you elevate these matches? Because that's what I counted on Cody for doing, is even if in the ring with anybody to elevate the match. Him and AJ, I loved it. Him and Logan Paul didn't care for it so much. I don't want to see that happen next month. I need him to really bring it over the next 30 days.
Well, I don't know what that consists of. When I think this goes back to my point of him and LA Knight. He needs someone. Because we talk about fights all the time. Or our podcast. Fuck it. Let's talk about the essence of our podcast real quick, twin. Just bear with me one time. I'm sorry. The essence of our podcast started where I'm a Sean guy, he's a Brett guy. Who's an A side, who's a B side? Remember that shit we had at the round table in the apartment? Who's A side, who's a B side?
Yeah.
Right. And who makes an A side, who makes the B side? And right now, there's a need for Cody. He yearns for him to, like, he earned the A side.
And he is, though. Like
he is. But in wrestling, like it's feuds, he needs to be the B. He needs to be the B side. And what I'm saying right now, and this is to your point, and I want to bring it to you. If him and LA Knight go one-on-one, mano a mano, SummerSlam, they cut in promos where you say the next 30 days we'll do it. Who are you picking? Who's your A side?
Picking Cody, man. I don't think that's right.
I'll be picking like who's our A side, who we want to win.
Who's our A side? Because I think LA Knight is the A side.
Cody's the A side of that.
I know. He's. I understand that. In all logic, I want to just follow me now. He's the champion. Yeah. He moves the merch. He's the guy. Clearly, but
even the ring general, he's the guy who's gonna like call the match. Like that's what I mean. Like A side.
You think?
Yeah, LA Knight's not calling that match. No, Cody's calling that match.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll take it.
For 100%. And I think he's the guy who does most of the matches.
Only reason why I threw that out there is because I know you were so adamant of LA Knight being the guy on Raw. And if you're the guy on Raw, you're the A-side on Raw, right? And so that goes back to my point of
I hear you.
Those people over there on Raw, like who.
It all depends on who you're facing, though, too. So in the facet of like, all right, we're looking for the guy right now on Raw. If you put a Damian Priest versus a LA Knight, who's the A side? Well, Priest is a little bit more. They both are have been veterans to a degree, but it's a little bit more discussion than a Cody to me.
Okay.
But Priest might be the A side in that too, depending on him because he's a champion. He might be like, all right, this is how my championship matches go. I don't know. But it's a good question. It's a good question.
And the only reason why I'm saying this right now, to your point, and I kind of diverged a little bit, Twin, so now we can go back into the, just start potting out. Cody's reign, a lot of people were like, boy, he really does play into this baby fit. Ain't that who the fuck y'all saying he was? Like, he just doing everything y'all niggas say he was. What y'all complaining for now? You know what I'm saying? Which goes back to why I believe when he first mentioned LA Knight's name, he know that's the guy that's going to bring the best out of him. It's going to have the crowd split, right? It's going to be the match that he wants where they can work methodical. Because like you said, he worked a slow, plotty match with Logan Paul. Logan Paul, you can think about it. His good matches were Seth Rollins, fast-paced match, kind of. Ricochet, fast-paced match, kind of. Even with Roman sped up a little bit. Roman sped up a little bit with Logan because, okay, I'm an athlete, you're an athlete. I'm not saying that Cody's not an athlete, but just the simple fact of Cody, when he wrestled Carmelo, there was a meshing of styles where Carmelo kind of understands, like, all right, I gotta take my foot up the. We cruising at 70, right? We ain't right. You feel me? Like we were cruising at 70.
Styles make matches.
Exactly. And I think LA Knight, Cody, I believe the back and forth on the mic. I believe the story they can tell in the ring. My biggest thing is that Cody's next opponent will be Randy, and we're really gonna want Randy.
It needs to be. It
take the title off.
It needs to be Randy. It needs to be Randy. Honestly, there's so much storyline that can go into that.
Okay.
It needs to be Randy. Like I love for the box office, for the glitz and glamour. Yeah, we want LA Knight, just like how he did with Roman when he was on the come up, like that box office. But like, if you want story, if you want history with the Ortons and the Rose and the how did the friendship and all that type of shit. Like you want that shit, and you want like a traditional like 1990s like wrestling match, technical match. Yeah, Orton and Rose. That's it.
Yeah.
Like, that's Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels. Like that's.
They can really put on a great match at SummerSlam.
They could put on a crazy match. Like it'd be one of those. Like, all right, you can honestly sit there like, shit. It can go either way. Like you can.
I like that for SummerSlam though. I think before then, I don't mind giving it to somebody like Andrade in the meantime, or somebody who can go with him faster. In the I just want to see I get it. The storyline that's a big storyline with the history they got. He's a second generation. Randy's third generation. They have the whole thing with legacy in the past. That's a WrestleMania angle or a SummerSlam angle. Let's talk about it. So right now, if he's going to be, maybe he won't be at Clash of the Castle, but if he's at Clash of the Castle, you can't throw Randy right now.
No, I understand that. that.
Sure. But I feel you guys on that. The next big angle for him is that you got to throw somebody at him like that.
So right now for a Clash at the Castle, you say Andrade, Chidi, or somebody like that.
Yeah, somebody on the level of Andrade.
I would say for me, man, I would really like to see
I would love Braun Breaker, but he's on Raw. But that's me.
Nah. Braun. I like what they doing with Braun on Raw.
I like that too. He's a freaking he's on a warpath.
Yeah, and I like the fucking. Well, let's so boom right here. We're an hour in the show. Let's do this. Raw was a really good show, but it lowered a little bit. If that makes any sense, right? Because again, 3 hours is a long journey and everything like that, but it has some really good spots. Braun and Ilya, that's gonna be a massacre, brother. That's gonna be a massacre, brother.
We've seen it before, you know. They battled NXT. It was great, you know. So on the main roster, it should be just as great.
Raw got a couple potentials. Like Ilya
and Ilya's promo on Raw Talk was Ilya promo on Raw Talk was even a little bit like I like it.
He's different. Ilya's different.
He told Braun, he said, "You think your intensity. And I'm like, oh yeah, brother. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, man. I'm excited for what the potential is for those guys because Raw has a lot of NXT talent, male and female, that are going to be rising up the ranks right now. SmackDown has Carmelo and Tiffany, and that's it really. So they're going to deal with a lot more veteran talent like the KOs, Randy's, Shinsuke, you know, and all those people. So that's why I kind of wanted, you know, him Braun on SmackDown, but him going on a fucking warpath, just like taking that dude out, put him in an ambulance. I loved every moment of it. Him because since he's been on the main roster, going back to when he was on SmackDown, he's been in a bunch of jobber matches. By now, yeah, I would be pissed off too. You give me another jobber, don't put me in the King of the Ring tournament. All right, time to wreak havoc.
But this also goes back to what we say. Triple H, he competed against a Scott Steiner. He knows the lineage and the history of that family. And also, hey, I recruited that motherfucker. That's my guy. So if anybody's going to have my guy look good, it's me. It's the guy who drafted him. I picked him out of fucking college football. I told him to come to the PC. I put him in fucking championship matches with Ciampa that we fucking went to and saw at Halloween. Like, we've seen this project, this quote unquote pet project of Braun Breaker. And when they turned him loose as a heel, we said, money. You know what I'm saying? And ever since then, he's been waiting, chopping at the bit. And I believe this is the best way to utilize it.
Nah, Braun's gonna be a big star. And
they just gotta find the right baby face to have him going against just to break them out.
Well, they got Ricochet and Ilya right now. So I believe those two guys
I feel like
it needs to be Seth at the end of the day. Like when Braun Breaker and Seth Rollins is the match for me on Raw. If it's not Cody, it's Seth Rollins, but Seth Rollins is not around. So now we got a bunch of or CM, well, not CM, not even Seth Rollins is the guy because we got a bunch of heels at the top of the card. Drew McIntyre, Damian Priest, Gunther. I mean, Braun has to go through these guys and be a heel at the same time. No, he needs a really good baby, or maybe a Sami Zayn. But when he drops the title, that could be a cool angle. But Seth is the guy, man. Seth and Braun Breaker is gonna be crazy.
That's gonna be a good contrast of styles. Like you said, once again before we're talking about with AJ Styles. I mean not AJ, but with LA Knight and Cody. That's gonna be a good style, with Seth being so agile and athletic, but you got the speed and power of Braun. That's gonna be real intriguing. Especially with Seth coming fresh off an injury over like that, you're gonna come off going against him.
I would love for them to do an injury angle. I would love him to try to come back and Braun put him out of action a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Because the top babyface on Raw right now is Jey Uso, and he just lost the King of the Ring in the semifinals. he ain't got the juice to like really be like taking Braun to the next level. I think he could be a mid guy. You think that's I mean that could work maybe?
Wait, what?
Wait, who?
What right now?
Repeat that again.
Exactly. What was that right now?
Jey Uso. Let's be real. I'm gonna have an honest conversation about Jey Uso. I'm sorry. I love the guy. I got his t-shirt and everything. Jey Uso is an upper mid carder that gets treated like a mid carder when he's in a heavyweight championship match or in a big match. That's how he gets treated. Braun Breaker is an upper mid carder that is legitimately, no doubt about it, will be treated like a main event talent. Let's just say that's what I'm trying to say.
Wait, I'm confused when Jey Uso he's
the type of babyface on Raw, right?
Yeah.
All right, boom. So whoever is rising up as a heel has to come into contact with Jey at some point, right?
Right.
All right. And then Braun Breaker would have to defeat Jey Uso. I don't think that's going to be Jay's victory.
Why? I'm sorry, but what babyface is beating Braun? If we're rising up a heel, that's what I'm saying. You just said Seth's not coming back getting a fucking win. Seth's losing.
So we need a bigger babyface at the top of Raw's roster.
If Seth is losing and Jey is losing, I'm asking the question: what are we talking about right now? I just want to like know what are you saying? You're saying Jey lost to Braun isn't going to elevate Braun. No, Braun is being a lower tier monster as a heel is not going to elevate him. You just said let's get Damian Priest the fuck up out of it. He ain't Drew McIntyre. He ain't Gunther. Let's have a real honest conversation about that. Okay, so let's just say that now. If Braun and also we got Chad Gable. If Chad Gable's going to be a mid-card champion heel, Braun's not even on like past that tier.
Braun already is above Chad Gable in my eyes. I think that they look at him.
All right. I'll give you the solo shot.
Protecting him. Let me talk to you. They are protecting Braun Breaker. If you haven't realized this, that's why he's not lost. That's why he's undefeated.
Obviously.
That's why he wasn't in the King of the Ring tournament because he wasn't going to win it. They're protecting this guy. Chad Gable can take losses. That's why he didn't win yesterday night.
Right.
Braun Breaker will be in a world championship match sometime this year. I'm not sure when, but it will happen. It's not like he's going to take years like Chad Gable to get the Intercontinental Championship.
No, I understand that. I understand that. And what I'm saying is when he has that championship match, he will lose.
And I'm cool with that. Him and Seth for a world championship or him and anybody. So him and Gunther. But that's the thing. Like we got Drew and Gunther. Let's take Damian Priest out. Drew and Gunther. Who are you turning babyface out of these two guys? They both are great heels. Like
nobody.
What are we doing?
Nobody. What?
All right, so there's going to be a heel roster. Braun just going to be competing against the heels.
I just gave you Ilya and Ricochet, and you said no, that ain't good enough. I'm trying to figure out what
I did not say that. I said that's fine. I said that. I'm talking about something. All right, yeah, but if you give me Ilya and Ricochet, Braun's going to eat their lunch. I'm going to be honest with you.
Get the fuck out of here. Ilya going to beat the dog shit out of Braun Breaker, bro. Ilya going to hit the
Braun Breaker's
he gonna beat the dog shit out of that nigga, bro.
But listen, I love the debate. I love the conversation, man. Let me grab my shot. Let's take this shot a little bit. But before we move to the next topic.
All right, hold on. I got to my shot.
All right. Here we go.
That was a good take. That gave me Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp vibes.
I'm a keep it a buck though. Braun is without a shadow of a doubt.
He's next up.
He's next. He is definitely next up. And my thing is that if Braun and Jey Uso does have a match, Braun can beat Jey. I will say that. Absolutely. He can beat Jey. And I do believe that if Braun beats Jey, it will be in a main event of a show. You know what I'm saying? So I believe that will be, without a shadow of a doubt, one of Braun's biggest wins when he does beat Jey Uso to the top. Because I think, for your point too, Braun is the type of heel. He ain't a heel. He a badass.
Okay.
Meaning, him and Gunther can go.
He's a Brock Lesnar type.
Yeah,
like
for sure. He's
definitely a Brock.
he
Brock Lesnar
because
type.
listen,
he has a potential to be on some old. All right, come here. Fuck
him
it
and Gunther will have a match, real shit, and Braun will be treated like the babyface.
Braun is the real FTW dude. He's the real FTW.
He's Taz. He's Taz. Braun.
He's better than Taz. He's better than Taz.
Hey. Now, hold on now. This is where I'm in the barbershop. I don't watch Lou Alcindor, okay? Well, you ain't never saw Lou Alcindor, man. He had that hook. Okay, Lou Alcindor had that hook shot. Couldn't nobody stop that hook shot. That nigga Taz was 5'2" and was hopping on niggas.
ECW Taz was incredible. You know,
he was a menace. He was a menace.
I can't do that. I can't do that yet, brother. Braun gotta put that. He gotta put somebody through the goddamn flow of the damn ramp before we get nigga. Taz done too much shit now. And now come on now. He done broke that neck. He done motherfucking put RVD. No. I ain't doing that.
I need Braun to put somebody through the set like fucking Rhino did.
Bro,
okay.
How about yes? Let's do that. Braun is Rhino. He ain't Taz, nigga. He ain't He's Rhino.
Nah, get the fuck out of here with that shit. Nah.
Put him to the Titantron.
Yeah, put him to the Titantron.
Bro,
crazy.
I'm gonna be straight up with you. I was with you. We rolling. When you say he Taz, and you like he better than Taz, and I'm like, I don't know. Let me unfold my arms real quick.
Oh my god! I mean, if Taz in ECW was incredible. Taz in WWE wasn't that great.
Now with that comparison, what you're saying is, I believe when we saying that's the only comparison I'm talking about when we're saying he's not a baby face or a heel, because Taz in ECW he is either or, and I think that menace, that dangerous element to wrestling made ECW very, very much attractable, and Braun is doing the same thing. So I will give you that. As far as he give me that vibe, for real. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you. I think Braun can get over as a badass and just like this like anti-hero kind of dude, where we're rooting for him regardless of who he faces. You know, but yeah, shout out to Braun Breaker and his freaking destroying that man on Raw and destroying Ricochet for no reason. I loved it. I know Scotland Ospreay probably loved it.
Come on, yo, this is to the Bang Bang Gang.
The Bang Bang Gang.
Just pause. Wait a minute. What type of? No, I don't want to be a part of that shit. Pause. Wait a minute. All right. Nah. I would not be.
Oh my god. Flag on the play.
Time out.
Nah, man. Nah, shout out to you, twin. Love for you pulling up, man. You know what I mean? This is I appreciate you.
Blessings to y'all, man. 5 more years.
5 more years.
If we do it 5 more years, we better make some motherfucking money. I tell you that.
Man, y'all do 5 more years. You guys gotta do a guy strip.
Nigga, if we do a dime out this bitch, nigga, I better get nigga.
We're doing a guy's trip regardless, dog. Fuck that.
For sure.
That shit is that shit gotta be playing. I don't care. We gotta go around the corner. Something.
So I would like to kind of get into we don't need to really talk about SmackDown really, since SmackDown led into
SmackDown. I just wanted to say real quick, I love Carmelo, the A-Town Down Under as a unit kind of like a trio.
Yeah.
And
them all three niggas annoying, and them all three niggas that know they can take your bitch.
And they are perfect. They are perfect for you.
Bro, all three of them niggas. That one Australian nigga can take your bitch with the accent. This nigga Austin Theory, he looked like a white a wigger. You know what I'm saying? He can take your bitch. And then Carmelo is the nigga.
And they got Mello.
All them niggas can take your bitch. You know what I'm saying? All of them.
I like it. I like what they're doing with them. I'll keep them as an alliance. I fuck with it. LA Knight, man, like you're saying, he needs something more. And AJ Styles looks like he's about to retire soon. Don't know where they're going with him, but I do need him to have the whole, not the necessarily the Sting treatment, but I need to do what they're doing with Daniel Bryan better than they're doing with Daniel Bryan in AEW. I think Bryan Danielson. We know they're coming up on the end of their careers. They did it with Shawn Michaels where with Ric Flair, where he had to win every match, and the match that he lost, he would be retiring on that match, and Shawn Michaels put him out of his misery. I think AJ Styles is one of the best wrestlers of all time, maybe top 25, and I believe he deserves a really good honorable send-off if this is the angle we're going with, or if it's just an angle about kind of like Mark Henry, where hey man, you guys thought I was done, but I'm not. I want to see this angle be told properly. So he came into Nick Aldis's room. He's like, just give me one more shot. I know I lost to Randy Orton, but I was 1 second away from that. I know I lost to Cody Rhodes, but I was 1 second away from being champion. Just give me one more shot at the champion, regardless of who wins, Cody or Logan Paul. And Nick Aldis said, listen, I love you. You're my boy, but professionally, I can't do that. You got to earn that shit. He's like, and that takes time. And AJ Styles said, I don't got time. You know that. And he's like, well, nigga, I can't help you, nigga. Like, I don't know what to tell you. So I want to see this. Yeah, pretty much. I want to see them turn AJ babyface and tell the story of a guy who's a complete trailblazer in his industry, and how he's kind of doubting himself, and see if he can become champion one more time before he's out of here.
Honestly, I would love AJ Styles going down to NXT.
What?
I would.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter which title he gets. I know. I mean, some of the word title, like, doesn't matter which title, like US.
No, I would just say to rejuvenate himself, to kind of actually like. I think like not. I know you when you said what. I think it's probably like a demotion, but I would say in all realistic aspects, they're like Bobby Lashley got to get a title shot at one point. Like LA Knight got to get a title shot at one point. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like AJ Styles can't leapfrog these people only to lose again to Cody unless he dethrones Cody.
I think.
But shit, Bobby got to work his way up. He injured.
Who?
I said Raw needs a babyface, and if Adam Pearce does some tampering and says, "Hey AJ, who can give you a title shot? Well, Money in the Bank, I got you. You're in the championship match, like something like that." I don't mind him coming to Raw, like and telling that story here on Raw. But honestly, who can he face on SmackDown? He's lost to everybody at the top of the roster already, Or only thing he can do is compete against the Bloodline, which he's done already too. There's not a lot of options for him. I would love to see AJ and Andrade in a feud too. That'll be ill. That'll be a good match. But what is going to make AJ like his send off be as good as it needs to be? And I want him to be at WrestleMania in a retirement match, possibly. That's what I would do, regardless of him retiring or not. You feel me?
I would say this. AJ Styles' story is compelling. LA Knight, Bobby Lashley, The Pride, Randy Orton, I like you say, it's veteran led. It's veteran led over there. So my biggest thing is that these veterans do. It's a dog eat dog world, so they gotta leap over one another for it. So that story is gonna get told. I believe it'll get told well. Pivoting companies has a story that was told well. Willow. Willow cut a promo on, was it Collision? I think it was Collision, not Ram, it was Collision. She cut a promo on Collision, which was last night, to set up her match for Mercedes Moné tonight on Double or Nothing. And I like that. I like the story. I know we've had our complaints about how Mercedes been used and how she's been, perceived and, has the luster roar off and everything like that. Nope. I'm excited. I'm ready. I'm be watching them. I'm like Larry June said, I'm back feeling motivated. Fuck fame, little nigga. This is a money game. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm ready. Like, this is a money game. I want to see Mercedes Moné versus Willow Nightingale. Willow come out and says, 5 years ago when this company, AEW started 5 years ago, a lot of people were not doing what they were doing. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to us. You know what I mean? We weren't doing what we were doing. But Willow also said that she kept working. She kept feeling motivated. She kept feeling the prosperity in the business. She damn near was paralyzed, she said, working on the indies. To be now wrestling as champion, going to Stardom, going to Japan, going to Mexico, wrestling in Vegas as a co-main eventer in a triple main event for the second biggest wrestling promotion in the world. It's a fucking story, right? She says it herself. This is not me saying this. She's the chubby, curly-headed girl who fucking got niggas wearing her shirt, chanting her name, cheering her. Bro, she's a fucking phenomenon. She captivated in what this is, what wrestling is supposed to be. There's no confines to this. There's no boundaries to this. If you step your foot inside of it and you get immersed and you fucking give your all, people will what's the word? What we say? Reciprocate that to you. You know what I'm saying? And right now, Mercedes is the same way. She bet on herself. She left somewhere that she felt wasn't giving her the best opportunity to be her. We talk about collaborative effort, right? Working with someone to be a bigger than what I already am, not something that's what's in a box that you think that you created. Like, no, I'm the one who comes out there with the dance and the rings and I'm putting the sauce on the meat, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm the special sauce. And she goes over to fucking New Japan and becomes the special sauce over there. Gets hurt. Comes to AEW and now is working to put her own special sauce on it right now. And I think it's working. I know we had a debate on whether it was working or not. But the story, there's no bigger women's wrestling story outside of the potential of Bianca and Jade that I am more interested in, because this is a year in the making. When they wrestled in New Japan, I was sending you like, yo, I'm up, nigga. The kids, they making me sleep anyway. Nigga, I'm watching the match. She gets hurt. We like, oh shit, I don't think that was supposed to happen. Right? Everything. This is a year in the making, bro. I'm invested. I'm invested in the story. I don't know who's going to win is another thing in this. Like Willow talked a good game and said she wants to continue defending this championship. I believe there's a story between Willow and Chris Statlander, right, with the TBS championship. So I don't know who wins, but Mercedes, with the anticipation, can't lose her first match.
What's your prediction?
I don't know, man. Huh?
What's your prediction?
Woo! Boy, you got this jack in me, boy. You got me acting crazy. I'm gonna say we don't get a finish.
What? It's gonna be Willow. Listen, Willow gotta win this match.
It's gonna be a triple threat. It's gonna be a triple threat. Chris Statlander is gonna interfere, and we're gonna have a triple threat down the line.
Okay. I don't want to see a triple threat. I'll be honest with you. If I'm gonna get Willow and Chris Statlander, I want to see a one-on-one.
You want to see one-on-one? Okay.
You know, but hey, it could be triple threat. You know, I think that right now we're in a moment where Willow's becoming a star. You know?
She is,
and
man.
I think that if we don't continue this ride with her, it's a mistake on AEW's part.
Okay.
You gotta have her win this, you know, and defeat one of the best wrestlers in the world in Mercedes Moné, and one of the, you know, veterans, and get her to the next level. Mercedes Moné can survive that, you know, debuting and losing. I do.
Okay.
I think Willow can't survive. Well, she probably could, but I don't want her to have to go through losing the championship in a month after, you know, it doesn't feel right, or 2 months, you know.
So after the next thing that they have is Forbidden Door. And then after Forbidden Door, they have All In London.
Okay.
What is their plan?
I don't know. AEW be fucking around too much. I don't know. We got Will Ospreay in an international championship match, bro. I have no idea what their plan is. But what I will say is this: we do have to see our women's division take center stage, and at that place, I want to see Mercedes and Toni Storm. 1 second, sorry, I got a call coming in.
Go ahead. Okay, so if he says Mercedes and Toni Storm, Twin, I don't know if you're around right now. If he says Mercedes and Toni Storm, I'm not sure if you well versed in AEW, but I will say Mercedes and Toni Storm is possibly one of the biggest matches if they don't bring back Britt Baker. I believe Britt Baker and Mercedes might be one of the biggest matches that they can possibly have in Wembley. But this goes back to you know, like I said, I know AEW might not be a bag, so I'm a big Jamie Hayter fan, right? Jamie Hayter, she was AEW World Champion. She got injured. She wasn't able to be at All In last year in London. I do believe she has to be on the card, but she hasn't been back on TV. So I don't know if she's healthy. I don't know if she's coming back. I don't know her situation. Britt Baker hasn't been on TV. I don't know if she's healthy. I don't know her situation. If Toni Storm and Mercedes Moné is happening at Wembley, I'll completely take Chidi what he says and said Mercedes can lose. Okay, I'll say that. I'll ride with it.
It's like your brain it's turning. It's turning.
It's turning. I hear him. You know, because I want to be rational. I don't want to be stuck in saying that. You know what I'm saying? That she can't lose, because I do believe she can, and I do believe that also if Willow does perform well and wins over Mercedes, it does. This does more for Willow than it would for Mercedes. Absolutely. 110. We'll add a 10 on it. Right? Yeah, absolutely. So I do want to say that. You know what I'm saying? So I will say this now, since we're in there, since we're in this situation. Do you want to do preview for the card, or do you have more? Do you want to kind of get into more of AEW? Do you have some things of AEW that you got notes on AEW or anything like that?
I said a lot last week. I watched AEW full way through this week. I enjoyed Swerve's match with homeboy Nate. What's his name?
Nick Wayne.
Enjoyed that match. I like what they It was cool, you know. It's AEW, man. It's good matches, you know. There's some good matches. I don't get the whole thing with the flamethrower. Like, it's cool because the Darby Allin and everything, but it's like it's whatever to me. I'm not super interested in the hierarchy at the arena thing. But I just tired of Chris Jericho's angle. I'm not looking for.
I'll be right back, y'all. I'll be right back, y'all.
Okay, brother.
Man. But Death Triangle and Bang Bang Gig, I really do like that and what they're doing there. 6-man tag matches and keeping the 6-man tag division hot. I think Death Triangle is perfect for that. Where we're at with that.
That was one of the best segments
of the night,
the week in all of wrestling.
Okay,
right. I would say the return of my guys.
Yeah,
was beautiful to see.
Yeah,
it was beautiful to see.
So I was excited for that. I enjoyed that. No, we can do some predictions, you know, previews of tonight. We know what's coming up, and I'm sure as we preview, I can remember a couple things. I do want to see Will Ospreay and Roderick Strong. I think that I like both wrestlers. Don't get why this match is happening, but I'll definitely be tuning in to check that match out.
You said you don't get why this match is happening.
As far as booking wise, I wouldn't have done it. Put it that way, but I get the storyline wise, the kayfabe wise, why it's happening. I wouldn't have done it because I think Will Ospreay is bigger than the international champion. I know he's foreign. I know he's from the UK. I get that he can win the championship, but I think the AEW is more like, let's make a bunch of belts, and whoever is a good wrestler, let's give the title to them. They're not a champion. They don't put their guys in like tiers. It's not like
I won't say that. I won't say that because I will say this. I'm sorry to cut you off, but I will say this to your point. Will Ospreay can defend that international championship at Forbidden Door and at All In because I don't need Swerve and Ospreay at All In. If we get Swerve and Hangman at All In.
I like that. That's cool.
I don't. You know what I'm saying? Like so with those belts, it gives them outs. You know what I'm saying? It gives them because now those matches, as we say with WWE, it gives them stakes, right? So it's not just matches. Every match has a title now. You know what I mean? So to kind of intertwine what we said at the beginning of the show with this, I believe AEW, they always find a way to make their matches have stakes. Even though if we don't care about the stakes, right? The titles that you don't care about, the tournaments that you don't care about, whatever the case, they still say, "Hey, nigga, we wrestle for matters." You know what I'm saying? Oh, like, you know what I mean? So they do give you that, and so I do believe that as Forbidden Door comes, I believe Will Ospreay can defend the international AEW International Championship at Forbidden Door. I believe that Jon Moxley being the IWGP World Heavyweight Champion works in the favor of AEW. Like, I think a lot of the things just add up to where these championships, right? Moxley as IWGP World Heavyweight Champion, Swerve as AEW World Heavyweight Champion, Ospreay as International Champion. You got your three biggest stars with a title to where they all matter. And that makes sense to me, whether you have just that one title and now we got scratching and clawing and everything like that, and you know, where things get muddled and everything. So I do believe in Tony in that aspect.
All right. And I do like Adam Copeland as TNT champion too. So I'm going to add that too. So
nigga, we got Malachi better win, bro. I ain't finna hold you. Like, since we doing predictions,
let's go right. Let's go right now.
Roddy
Will Ospreay. Who you got? Ospreay, me too. AEW Women's World Championship, Toni Storm and Serena Deeb.
Toni Storm.
Toni Storm's on a roll. I can't go against her. Adam Copeland versus Malachi Black.
You gotta have Malachi. Malachi gotta win it for the house.
And this is a barbed wire steel cage match. I think it should be cool. I'm gonna go with Malachi as well. I did enjoy the bloodbath. I thought that was pretty cool bringing that back. I knew as soon as I saw the red light, I was like, "Oh my god, bloodbath!" I'm like, "Please!" I'm like, all right, yeah, you got it. You know, that shit looked nasty. I don't know what the fuck they did. Yeah.
Taz kept it together. Taz was on commentary. He wanted to say, "What the fuck?" Because come on, man.
Yeah. So we got John Moxley, Konosuke Takeshita.
I wish this match wasn't on the card because I don't no. If it was for the title, keep it.
What is an eliminator? Is that like a number one contenders match?
Yes, if I win, I get a title match.
That's fucked up.
I know. I just give me a title match. If I'm wrestling you, just give me the title match.
Yeah.
So I
guess I'll go with Takeshita.
Moxley.
Yeah, I'll go with Takeshita because if you're doing an eliminator match, fuck it, man. Just
Bro, now this is my thing. If Takeshita wins this match, he can't lose at Forbidden Door, bro.
If he wins this match, he can lose at Forbidden Door. But should he? That's a different question.
If he's in this match, what's the fucking point of Forbidden Door? Is my thing. I want Moxley. Oh, shout out to. I'm sorry. Just quick note. Tanahashi just fucking showed up. On Collision. Yeah. He was a mystery partner of Daniel Garcia fuck, I forgot, man. Tanahashi just showed up, man. You know what I mean? So
I just pulled up. Like, let me just head over there and just join AEW for a little bit. Orange Cassidy and Trent Beretta. What you got?
Don't care, but
exactly. Chris Jericho hooked Katsuya Shibata for the FTW rules match.
Man, just give Hook the damn title back, bro. I mean, fuck. Give him his daddy belt back.
Give him the daddy belt back.
His grandma gave him his check.
I don't care. Bullet Club Gold versus Death Triangle.
Ooh.
Unified AEW Trios Championship. Give it a Death Triangle, man.
Yeah, I was thinking about it. I was thinking about Bang. I threw my guns up and then I said, "Ooh, I want them to have. I want Bastard and them boys to get it."
Yeah, I want them to win it. But I'm not sure if they will. I'll be honest, it's 50-50. It really is. But Willow Nightingale, Mercedes Moné, we talked about it already.
It can only be 50-50. It's two people in the match.
It's not two people, it's six.
But
we know that sometimes, even when there's two people in the match, it's still not 50-50. Sometimes it'd be like 99-1. So
here we go with the Steiner match. Shout out to Braun Breaker.
You know he doesn't get a chance, so that makes my percentage.
That nigga said, "I got 33 3/4 shit." Like what?
33 and 34% chance of winning this match. Honestly, low key wrestling, it makes sense. Wrestling.
Oh man.
Willow Nightingale, Mercedes. We talked about it. We got Willow. I got Willow at least. Who you got?
I love Willow. I'll go with Willow.
Elite versus Team AEW. I got the Elite.
Man, it gotta be the Elite. Right? NWO won all the time. Ain't that the whole point?
Swerve and Christian Cage.
Swerve.
All right. And that's it, man. We got it. Yeah, I'm gonna check it out. Well, I mean, I got stuff to do tonight, but I'm gonna be trying to tap in with the show as I can. If not, I will be watching it tomorrow morning. So, and then we'll come back here and give our little takes on that.
Double or Nothing, same time as the game. So that's I'm about to double screen it. You feel me?
Got nothing. I got something to say, but not about AEW. Anything AEW you got to talk about before we get up?
No. Go ahead and get your last takes off because you can see.
Last takes off is Miss Parker, Jada Parker. I need that to be my North American Women's Champion. I think that's where we got to go with this. That ladder match I'm looking forward to very, very much. Cannot wait for Vegas.
Don't hurt yourself now.
Miss Parker.
Don't hurt yourself.
Don't hurt yourself. Yeah, man. She's something else. She's special. So I'm looking
Her,
forward to
her, Jakara Jackson, bro. She got one more time lick that goddamn lollipop. Okay,
it.
I'm just telling you right now.
You can't watch NXT anymore, bro. You're too up. You're
It's like
married.
an hour and 10-minute drive, bitch.
You married, like, yo, listen, that's a show for me. Bachelors out here.
Bro, I be watching NXT looking over my shoulder like, is she coming?
NXT is so crazy, yo. HBK know what he's doing, man.
Oh my God. Bro, nigga. Jada, Jakara, Lash, Lola Vice,
Lola
nigga.
Vice. Oh, Lord. Lola with the, oh, God.
Nigga, you got a soul out here. She a soul snatcher? You a what, bitch?
Yeah, there's no chill. No chill whatsoever on that show.
Bro, what? Nigga,
Yo,
me and
man.
Tyler Bate the same size. Nigga, square up. Nigga, what's happening?
Yo, hey, man. AEW's lit, man. I fuck with it. Man, I can't wait. I can't wait for Vegas. I should just
Yeah. Vegas. I bet they can't wait for Vegas either. Yo, Shawn Michaels had to put a shot collar on the motherfuckers, bro.
Oh my goodness, yo.
Oh, bro, he gonna have to. It's gonna be like college football, bro. Y'all got a curfew. It's a curfew, bro. We got morning practice. I gotta need a roll call, nigga. I can't let y'all niggas be in Vegas going crazy.
Now AEW is the sexiest show on TV. It's the sexiest wrestling.
NXT.
I'm sorry. NXT is the sexiest by the sexy boy. So it fits. The sexy boy has made it the sexiest wrestling show.
Shout out to Sexy Red too, pulling up the with my everything. You're right.
Ski. Yo, Sexy Red is pulling up to AEW.
Sexy Red, sexy boy, the sexy
that. Sexy boy got Sexy Red on the sexy wrestling show. This shit is crazy.
It's fucking crazy. Bro, I might have to do a live after NXT Tuesday.
Yeah, you can do that. Yeah.
If it's popping, NXT is what we're gonna call it.
And sexy. Yeah, listen, with that being said, listen, it's our 50th year anniversary. All is love. Everything is wrestling. We're going to keep doing it big time, man. But shout out to us. Everything. Evolution ain't a mystery.
It's hard fucking work.
We've been putting in that hard work. And I want y'all to do the same. And support Reba Wrestling. Like, subscribe, follow. All is love. Everything is wrestling. And we out this bitch.
This nigga drinking like he ain't gotta watch no child. And he buy it. You bet